Hey everybody, how's it going? My name's Mark, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how to fix two of the most common audio issues I see inside of DaVinci Resolve and Adobe Premiere Pro. The first problem is that audio only comes out of one channel at a time in the final finished video. The second issue is that the audio levels are all over the place for dialogue. You'll have parts that are really loud, and then you'll have parts that are really quiet. Well, today I'm going to show you how to address both of these problems. Roll that intro. Alright, so let's start off with the issue of audio only coming through on one channel, or one speaker, or one headphone cup at a time. To fix this, first we're going to go into Window, Audio Track Mixer. Then we're going to hit this little drop-down twirl arrow to show the expanded view on the track effects. Here, we're going to apply the effect located under Special. This is going to be either fill left or fill right, depending on which of your audio channels is intact. If your right audio channel isn't playing, we'll use fill right with left. If your left audio channel isn't playing, we'll use fill left with right. So this will just duplicate the signal that's on your good track over to the bad track, and then you'll have a good sounding signal coming out of your system. Nice and easy. Now this can also be done on the clip level outside of the track mixer as well. Just go into the effects panel and search for fill left or fill right, and apply the effect to a clip directly. Now I really don't like to do it this way because it slows down my workflow. I find that I'd rather apply an effect once rather than having to do it over and over again. The other advantage of this is that if you have two microphone channels running at the same time, as in you have one microphone on the left audio channel and one microphone on the right audio channel, this makes it really easy to switch between which one you want active at any given time. In this example, I'm running two different microphones, and I'll just add a cut wherever I want to switch to the other speaker, and then drop the audio track down to the other channel. The first track will have fill left with right, the second track will have fill right with left. This way we're getting a constant both channel signal audio feed coming out at any given time. That sounds so much better than just having it coming out of one ear or the other. Now that's Adobe Premiere Pro out of the way, but how do we do this in DaVinci Resolve? Well, unfortunately, it's not quite as straightforward, and you don't have quite as much granular control compared to Premiere Pro. From the edit page, we're going to right click on our clip that's misbehaving, and we're going to select Clip Attributes. From the top of this menu that comes open, we're going to select Audio, and on the left here it probably says Stereo. In the center column, you'll currently see Embedded Audio Channel 1 and Embedded Audio Channel 2. If your right channel of audio isn't working, we're just going to switch both of these over to Embedded Audio Channel 1, or if your left channel audio isn't working, we'll just switch these all over to Embedded Audio Channel 2. Now if we close this menu and play back our clip, you can hear that both our ears are working just fine. Alright, now switching back over to Adobe Premiere Pro, let's figure out how to solve the audio levels issue. Now you can of course do this by hand, using the pen tool in order to keyframe the volume. However, this is something that just takes a long time, and especially if you're working with long form content, you really don't want to have to do that by hand unless you absolutely have to. Fortunately, we do have a way around that. So inside of Premiere, we're going to once again be using the Track Effects panel. We're going to go to Amplitude and Compression and select Tube Modeled Compressor. So what a compressor does is it'll lift the low points of your volume up while simultaneously bringing the high points of your volume down, so they're more in line with each other. This way you can avoid having big jumps either direction, and your listener will have a better audio experience overall. The settings that I like to start with are -12 decibels on the threshold, a ratio of 3:1, an attack of 10 milliseconds, and a gain of around 4 decibels. To give a quick overview of what each of these does, the threshold is when the effect starts to kick in. The ratio is how strong the compression effect is, or how much the audio will be crunched down on the high end. The attack is how quickly the effect will turn on or off. And the gain is how much the floor will be brought up. The chart in the middle will show you how much of an effect your compressor is having on the high end of your audio. We want this to just begin having audio bars appear on it so that we are not pushing our compressor too hard, but we're still making use of it. The next thing you'll want to check is to make sure that your master audio is not clipping. You can see this in the bottom right of your program monitor inside of Adobe Premiere Pro. If it's hitting that hard red and you see a red square appear at the top of your meters, that's no good. That's when your audio is clipping and you'll have some audio issues in terms of quality. All right, so that's Adobe Premiere Pro out of the way. Now, how do we do this inside of DaVinci Resolve? Well, this is done through the Fairlight tab. After switching to the Fairlight tab at the bottom of the Resolve interface, we're going to go and find the track that we're currently working with, where our dialog is housed. In here, we're going to double click on Dynamics for the track that we want to work with. This will bring up the Dynamics interface. Inside of here, we're going to click on the button down below that says Compressor. So this is doing something very similar to what the tube modeled compressor does in Adobe Premiere Pro. We still have all of the same controls, including the ratio, the threshold, the input gain, and the attack. By clicking on this button, we enable the compressor. As with Adobe Premiere Pro, I recommend these settings for starting off. A ratio of 3:1, a threshold of -12 dB, attack of 10 milliseconds, and an input gain of around 4. So just like with Adobe Premiere Pro, these are settings that you're really going to want to play with and fine-tune to your own needs. You may find that you need to boost your gain way up in order to get it into the ballpark of where it should be. Or you may need to lower the threshold in order to prevent audio peaks from clipping out your audio. Alright, and I think that'll wrap it up for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions at all, please hit me up in the comments below, and I will be sure to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye!